Okay. Now I just gotta get out the calendar for a recap. It's been a minute. We can get to it. Oh man, welcome back everybody. Last we left off, you guys have been dealing with the apex of the, shall we call it, the Baphomet problem. Um, your ship was attacked, horribly, horribly attacked, burnt to the ground by the followers of Baphomet, who were out for blood for Zalace's uh, resilience against the ways of the Horned King. Which, as a side note, didn't at all disappoint me as the DM. I, turning people to evil, that's okay. It's okay. It's fine. And you guys managed to get all of your stuff out, managed to get them all out. Etherith managed to embrace his evil side, so maybe he's my next target. And tortured one of the cultists into giving up information. And then you were all attacked. You were attacked by these strange, like gray skin, like monsters of men, who there was something going on with them, something strange, something supernatural going on with them. But they had great strength and an animalistic like apparel. They kidnapped Zalace, took him away as you tried to fight off the last of them. Zalace was taken, and you haven't heard from him since. But what we do know, what you know, Zalace, is that you were taken into the labyrinth beneath uh, what we all know is Chaplin's To Be Comedy Club, and uh, resisted the ways of Baphomet. Basically, told them off, and um, were uninterested in rejoining, even in these private moments away from your party. You told basically to fuck off, and they said, "We're going to prove to you we're not as evil and malicious as you think we are. So we will give you mercy if you promise not to come hunting us." And you're like, "Deal." And with that, you parted ways. You followed them out of the labyrinth. You saw them leave the Rock of Brawl aboard a scorpion ship, headed to one of the inner worlds of Realm Space. And that is where we left off. So, I'm going to assume that the party went after Zalace after dispatching the last of your adversaries.
I think that makes
Okay,
sense.
fair enough. So we'll turn over to Zalace because you guys will catch up soon enough. Zalace, you stand on the edge of this very makeshift, like single ship port that is just in the side of the Rock of Brawl where you saw the cultists leave. What would you do? Would you make your return?
Yeah, well, I think at that point he realizes that yeah, the the offer that was made to him, although very tempting for him as a person, he realizes he wants to leave that kind of lifestyle behind, as in where he came from and what happened to him when he was beaten nearly to death and left. He doesn't want to be involved in that sort of thing anymore. So I think he just sits and reflects a little bit, and then starts looking for a way back.
All right, the words of your adversary ringing in your mind, um, speaking of your party, about how they don't respect you, they look down on you, and all this. But regardless, you have chosen to walk a path that they might approve of, one of unity, and the decision is made. And you may go ahead and make me a survival check to see if you can backtrack your way out of here.
Natural 20 for a 22.
Easy enough. You knew this would probably be a problem. You knew enough of Baphomet and were very keenly keeping track of the way back, and you simply just turn around and go exactly the way you came, all the turns and twists, and you return back to that hole in the roof, in which you would probably hear the sounds of your party. Or actually, you know what I'll say is you take that final corner would probably make more sense. As you take that final corner to reach the hole, you see your party descending into the labyrinth, uh, as I imagine they would. Of course, feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. But having truly entered the labyrinth as of yet, it's not truly taken any twists or turn. They've just finished descending, and all of you in your grand hustle to go save Zalace, you take this, you kind of like descend past these almost like storm sheltery doors that have been blown open. And as you have like stepped into this strange underground dark passage, Zalace takes a corner and reveals himself down the hallway.
Oh, hey, Zelais.
Chaplin,
You
you're a
you look
sight for
safe.
sore eyes. Of course I'm safe. Why would I not be?
Are the bad guys still down there?
Unfortunately, no. They've left. They've gone a bit further in the system. There was a bit of a deal made. We won't hunt them down, and they won't hunt us anymore. So for the meantime, everything's good.
So we shouldn't be expecting any more trouble from them? Oh, are they gonna leave my basement?
They've left your basement, and you got a nice labyrinth. To be honest, though, we'll take your time. Maybe we need to clean up before anybody comes down here again.
Interesting. We could probably use this for something.
I'm sure we could, but we need to thoroughly map it out if that's what you want to do. I am. While you're all here, I want to apologise. My head was turned a little. Things were said, things were done. I may have not done it in the right way or gone about things the right way, especially with you, Ethan. Distrust was running deep within my thoughts. You pulled the boat. So I wholeheartedly apologise. That was should not happen. So I hope that we can somehow try and get back to some sort of trust between the two. But until then, I'll work as hard as I can to prove myself.
Earth just kind of stares at him.
So, um, club or map?
Sorry?
Uh, Clean the club or map the maze.
Oh no, I think the club should come first. Definitely. Well, I don't know what kind of state it was in. It was getting a bit of a beating. Are you guys all okay?
I think some of us are okay, but I kind of look to, I think, Bisan and Shaka. Others, not so much.
I only got hit in the head a couple of times. I'm okay.
Yeah.
I could use a rest, but I'm fine. Are we done fighting now?
Well, they've all gone, so yeah, I think we are. Or did you mean between us? Because
Yes.
I'm good to let it go. But I understand that it might be hard for other people, which is understandable. Don't get me wrong. Hey, I suppose you need to go and see what state Chapman's club is in and maybe work out some way of getting some funds to get it fixed.
What time of day is it?
Muted?
You've got your
You're
silent
muted.
spell on DM.
Sorry. Not me this time. Let's think. You guys got your ship got hit pretty early in the morning. You moved all of your stuff. I'm gonna say it's evening. It's been a long day.
Yeah. Uh,
You guys moved everything out of the ship and then moved it across the Rock of Brawl and this all happened. It's been a long day. I would say it's like early evening.
all right. Well, just to make sure that we're okay before we get out of here, and since we're down here anyway, if everybody would gather close. This is intended to be part of the temple to Garl Glittergold, so let's have a little prayer. And he will begin to pray.
Everyone
Um,
takes a step back.
Oh, God, Glitterhold.
good enough. um, yeah.
And Big Bison
Uh,
will get right next to him and
Do
just
they sort of
bow her
walk
head.
up to Ephraim and hold out his hand and say, "Do we not have to hold hands while praying?" Okay.
With all due respect, I am not a follower of Glitter Gold, and I feel engaging in prayer to him would be a violation of my own faith. So you all have fun. I'm just going to stay back.
fair enough. Everybody doesn't have to participate. And he'll say, hey, girl. This is intended to one day be a part of the comedy club and the temple to you, in which we all intend to contribute to bringing a lot of mirth to this community. So we hope that you would look kindly upon this place and give us a little relief from the wounds that we uh, endured defending it today. Thank you. And
Uh,
prayer of healing.
I'll say prayer of healing does indeed go to everyone, except Ethereth, perhaps, as Ethereth uh, did not
has
want
op-
to.
has
Uh,
verbally opted out.
Verbally opted out of the prayer. So yeah, everybody else will get the benefits of prayer of healing.
Okay. Let's see.
Dark Lady provides, it's fine.
Going to be 13 points of healing for everyone.
Whoop-de-doo. All right. So with that, I'm sure you all get out a rope, shimmy your way up and out and back onto the streets of Rock of Brawl, and leave behind this maze. Return back to the comedy club, and you guys can, yeah, do whatever you want to do for the rest of the day. Presumably unfurl some sleeping bags and get some rest.
Maybe find something to cover up the. I think we have a broken window somewhere.
Oh yeah, you guys have some broken windows. Yeah,
The
you got
wall.
some work.
We don't want bats getting in. No offense to Lace.
All right.
Shuck is going to go back to the room she's staying at and just bring her gear over, which is not much.
Got it. Yeah, you go into the small hovel of yours and load up your backpack and yeah, then head over. No problem. Yeah, if you guys all want to settle in, um, you can settle in and get a long rest, perhaps. And then in the morning, maybe some wood boards on windows, perhaps too, as well. Who knows?
Yeah.
Okay. What is the plan for the crew of the now destroyed Dawn's Eclipse?
Well,
Did we actually
think-
get a long rest?
Yeah, you guys got the long rest.
Yeah,
You're good.
I just wanted to.
Oh
Yep,
yay!
fair enough.
I can attune to my robe.
Yeah. My pretty, pretty robe.
My shiny starlight robe.
Your
Yeah.
just out of curiosity, the red stars that you can throw off as magic missiles, do those recharge, or like once they're gone, they're gone?
They recharge, although
Nice.
it's based on a dice roll, so I don't get them all back every dawn, but I get 1d6 of them back every dawn.
Oh,
That's
still,
pretty
yeah.
Oh,
They're
actually,
not,
oh,
but they're,
dusk, actually.
but they're not
Of
finite.
course.
That's cool.
Yeah, they come back. The more fun one is to go to the astral plane, 'cause I can just do that for as long as I want. I can disappear for days.
So, I think in the morning, I'll grab Chaplin and we'll go around and assess the damage and fix up what we can, and I'll help him do all that.
Yeah, there's only two windows that are in need of repair.
Yeah, I don't think the
and you've
walls. I don't think the
Yeah.
walls got banged up too much, right? It
no
mostly
walls are
happened along-
fine.
yeah, along that one wall and through the windows, I think.
It's only two windows that actually took any significant damage. Maybe there's like some scratches and there's no paint. What am I talking about? But there's maybe a couple dents in the wall here and there from the battle, but that would be the most significant damage. The broken windows.
Then what I'll do is I'll try and find like a plate or something like that, and I'll drop 100 gold in, and
Well, if
So
you
if
want to
you
drop
Chaplin-
if you want to drop 100 gold, you can get somebody to come over and install new windows.
which is what
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
going to do,
Yeah.
and just say this is for your collection plate. You're
Oh,
a
thank
temple.
you.
I suppose so. Every temple has a collection plate in some way, shape, or form. So I'd like to kick it off and help you out.
I appreciate that. Our first collection.
I think 100 gold is probably a bit in the excess, I'll admit, but I'll let you know whenever I find out.
That glass might be expensive.
Yeah. That's true.
And there's no
Instead
harm
of just
in paying your laborers well.
Uh, well, gold is very well. Gold is incredible. In fairness, they would be skilled crafters, so it would be that would be.
Well, the intent or the intent of it was to obviously pay for the windows and repairs, and then leave the rest for anything else that needs to be done within the place.
Got it. Absolutely. Got it. I'll be generous and let's say, we'll leave it at 100 for now. And if I can, I don't think there's any source books that tell you about like furniture costs, so I'll work on that.
Oh, that sounds like an opening. That sounds like a.
Bargain until that.
Well,
Well,
I meant more an entrepreneurial opportunity. You could write it.
forget Spelljammer. We are now opening up a furniture shop. That's funny. Yeah, the 100 will more than do it, and I'll let you know if you get anything back. But as a reminder, it's worth putting out there. Where is it? There was a certain gold number here for getting your club up and running, getting it ship shape, as it were.
Yeah.
Just kind of got to find that. Wherever
Oh,
left
I have it.
It's in my session plan here.
We'd originally said that it was going to take 2,500 with the current building or 5,000 to raise it and build an entirely new one. But I believe we've paid 2,500 already.
Yeah,
Now that
you?
doesn't include. That was for the building itself. We haven't
Right.
done furniture and stuff like that yet.
Right. So I think, okay. I'll get back to you in a second. I have a number wrote down here, but I want to make sure it's correct. So I'll get back to you on what that final price would be.
had someone got it to a point where it was watertight and stuff like that. Because when
Yeah.
we went off the last time, we got some light. So I think all the remedial was done. It was just so it was watertight and ready to go.
Yeah, I think so. We also needed staff. I know somebody, but we haven't hired anybody yet.
Yeah. All right. If that's the point of order, let me pop it out. I'll be but a moment, hopefully. Okay, let's see here. Oh boy. Nope, that didn't help. I'll make it this big for a second here. Okay, let me see. Here. Back all into this is okay, let me see here. So this was a you said it was 25. We did 2,500 to purchase the property.
Now I paid 500 for the deed, and then it was an additional 2,500 to basically like renovate it so that it was
Good to go. Okay, cool. Yeah, so yeah, that's what it is. You guys should have all of your money and resources. Yeah, that's right. 2,500 to reno the place out. And I can give you costs for running the place and what kind of staff you'll need to maintain it. That would be okay. Let's see here. Running. You're gonna need one person who is skilled at this kind of work, and then you're gonna need 5
Like
untrained and sorry,
like management skilled or like entertainment skilled.
skilled. It just
are
means
those
that like
interchangeable?
in both of those things, they can manage the books and like take the money and like ensure everything's running ship shape, and then 5 just waiters would be to get the place running, which would cost you 5 gold a day.
$5 a day for all 6 of those people?
Indeed, yes.
Okay.
So 5 gold is your maintenance costs.
That's not so bad.
And then it'll just start raking in money.
Nice. What about materials, stuff like that? I'm gonna need some booze.
That goes, I think that goes.
That goes along with it.
That goes into the total day cost, yeah. Yeah, that's for salaries, that's for supplies, that's for guild stuff. So that should do it.
Okay. I will I'll look around for somebody to do the actual management of the club, and then they can hopefully hire the unskilled labor.
Got it. So are you going to renovate? Are you going to put the payment in for people to start renovating this place?
Oh, I thought we already did we not?
I didn't recall. I didn't have it right
The
wrote
group?
down. If you guys did, then I missed it. That's fine.
Yeah.
Do you
I just remember,
don't recall.
John?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that we had used party funds to get their place watertight and stuff like that, and then it was just a point of fitting out.
Got it. When did we? Do you guys recall when we?
I think it was right before we left the rock the last time.
Yeah,
so
it was.
Really? Oh
Yeah.
man, I missed that. Okay. We'll just say that they're like, oh, like they're like, oh yeah, we got you. Like, there's a lot of people who need. And as you guys like wake up this morning, a little groggily, like all of these movers and workers start to come filing in to start filling your place with stuff, and you can start figuring how you want things to be placed here and there. Um, so I'll ask you, Chaplin. So the first floor is definitely going to be like a storage area, obviously for booze and whatnots. Um,
Yeah,
and then you've got
it's
the second floor and the third floor. What would you like to do? Would
right.
you like to designate all of the space, or do you want the top layer to be like a living quarters?
So I think the first floor is probably going to be storage space, and they were Ed and Chaplin were going to have a bit of a like a tinkering space down there,
Okay.
kind of like a basement work space. Um,
Okay.
as you know, as well as maintaining supplies, and then the second floor is meant to serve as kind of like a community clinic. They were going to do like free clinic hours,
Okay.
and uh, and then that can kind of double as our sleeping space as well. You know, we're not going to be taking on any probably emergency patients or anything like that. And then
Understood.
the of course the main floor is the comedy club itself.
Okay. I will reno your place up in the downtime, between games, so as not to make you sit and watch me decorate. But yeah, no, we'll your place will be up and running in like 2 days, we'll say, as they start to fill it in with furniture and all of the necessities, and you can go looking to hire some individuals to run the club with. Start bringing in some cash in that area. Let's
Yeah, so
see.
the idea is that when the group is here, Ed and Chaplin will render kind of like pro bono small like tinkering and repair services and healing um for the community, and then you know in the evenings there'll be the entertainment portion, which will be the money making side of things.
All right, understood. Um, okay, so I'll put all of that down. So workshop in the basement and clinic on the third floor, and then comedy club in the second. All right, got it. Okay. I'll start putting that together. So I will move on to ask you guys what you intend to do with all the stuff currently stored on the first floor. You've got a lot of assets down there, worth money. So let's figure out what to do with that. Let's see. Did I write down? So you guys have a barrel of Kandori spinal fluid, worth 2,500 gold pieces on the black market.
Which
Ballista.
Etherith wants to keep the fluid for alchemical reasons.
Fair
Right.
enough. You have ballista ammo, grappling hooks, and then you also have your Spelljammer helm from the original ship, which is worth a very pretty penny, and 17,407 gold pieces.
If I may, the Spelljammer helm, if we keep it, then it makes the ship less expensive.
Right.
So
It's
we
true.
shouldn't sell that because we have to buy a ship.
In the grappling hooks and the ammo. So I think it's best. I mean, I think that's our next order of business is to try and figure out how to purchase a ship, and all these things will probably eventually go onto that ship. The workshop isn't meant to be a public space anyway, so it's okay if it's a little crowded right now until we buy another ship.
Got it. Understood. Understood.
How much do we make from the quadrige?
I've already given you guys that money.
No, I understand, but to calculate the rate at which we're earning, because I don't, and I'm supposed to do this now.
Got it. All right, let me go find. I wrote that down.
I remember I
You guys
it was
are,
something
yeah, you guys are
5 a
making
day
25
was
gold a day.
actually.
Yeah. Yep, making 25 gold a day on royalties from that one.
I think if I recall correctly, Ed was supposed to be working on something for the Hadozi guy that he sells the plans to.
Yeah, so we'll say that Ed kind of disappears to go work on that, and we'll see what happens there. Yeah.
So I thought we were trying to work in town until we get another ship. Is that?
Yeah, I think that's the case. I've got to stop by the Edge to talk to my friend anyway. So I can ask around there and see what's going on in town.
I'll hit the usual haunts for Zoe's to fill up some more.
Yeah. All right, so you guys are gonna go looking for work.
Yep.
And then
Is this, yeah?
above the table, I just have a question. In Chaplin's space, their kitchen, is there a space to prepare food?
I'll be honest, you guys are quickly running out of space in your
Yeah.
in your place.
If the like I said, I just didn't know,
Okay.
but I have to deal with
I
finding food for people. So
Yeah. I
I
mean,
don't
I
think
would.
you
cool.
I don't think
Oh,
you
go
guys
ahead.
have a kitchen. You guys have a clinic. You're running like a full clinic on the third floor. You guys have storage to manage your tavern, as well as an artificer workshop, and like a whole comedy club that comes attached with chairs, a stage, a bar. I don't think you guys have a kitchen right now. I think this is just like purely a tavern. Maybe you got some like very simple like nuts and whatever out of the package kind of thing, but nothing cooking based.
I just needed to know if I was ordering out. Is all.
Cool.
Yeah, we really ought to make a deal with like a local restaurant or kitchen that makes food.
That is what Bisan will do today. Then.
Yeah. And you know what? You can always upgrade later on. Like when money's coming in, you guys could decide to like move into a bigger building,
Yep.
in which you can have like all the facilities you want. But for just a small tavern, this is, yeah, you're quickly encroaching on the extent of what you should be able to fill in with this place. Double check. So you guys got a. Oh man, this stupid thing. Sorry, I'm trying to keep up. Yeah, you guys got a guild hall, palace, a post fort, temple. Stupid. Okay, so you guys would have, yeah, 2 expansions. Okay, so yeah, you're definitely at the edge of what you're capable of filling in here. Okay, cool. Okay, so what are we doing next? Sorry, there's a lot of stuff coming in. Just trying to keep up.
Yep.
What's the next point of order? What's the next priority?
Well, I'll go to the Edge.
Okay. Yeah, you head over to the edge. That's no problem. Yeah, you find your way in there as usual. Maybe it's whatever time of day you want to go in there. It's fine. You go in there while the energy's alive.
I'll go in early.
Yeah, you go in a little. Okay, you go in a little earlier where things are a little. There's some people, but it's a little calmer. Yeah. What do you?
I'm gonna find my bartender friend, my Thrycreen bartender friend.
Yes, your Thrycreen bartender friend. Let's see here. This is the edge. Yeah, you go and you find the chatty, philosophical Thrycreen Vika, um, who speaks to you with his ant-like antennas. And he goes, "Welcome back, Mr. Foolsgold. What is it that you come for us today?"
Hi, Vika. We have I'm just getting ready to get the club up and running, and we have a couple of needs that we thought maybe the city might be able to help provide.
I see. What is it that you require?
Well, we don't have space for a kitchen, so I thought it might be nice if we could maybe work together with somebody who does have a commercial kitchen here in town. You know, they could provide some food. We could pop over and pick it up and then resell it at our place.
Hmm. Interesting prospect. Tell me, and I mean this, of course, with no disrespect, but purely the interest and curiosity of Quandary. As my new competitor in town, what is it that I have to gain and benefit from this?
Oh, well, if you have a kitchen, you could be that person.
But I
Outside of
have
that,
my own establishment. I don't need to become a cook.
yeah, that's true. You know, outside of that, I don't really know. I hadn't really thought of it much as a competition. You know, I love the edge, and I've uh, tried to send people in this direction for a good time. I think I would continue to do that. I don't. We're not necessarily in it down at my place for profit. It's more of a place of enjoyment and charity. But I do understand your approach. I guess I was just wondering, as maybe, kind of a soon-to-be colleague in the industry. Um, I don't necessarily want to take anything from you or from the edge, but if you happen to know folks floating around uh, who maybe could use a little bit of employment, or maybe a struggling business that could use a little bit of a storefront to hawk their wares.
I see. Well, I certainly know that there will be more than enough individuals around here who would be happy to be hired to your establishment. I assume you need someone to run the bar where you're off adventuring as a most great priority.
That's certainly the number one priority is to find somebody who can essentially manage the place while we're gone. A trustworthy person, but also a capable person who's able to kind of oversee the general uh, operation of the place. Maybe
And
somebody with
what,
little experience.
indeed, and what kind of personality should this person have for your particular establishment?
Well, I think that could really probably go one of two ways. I would say that it should be someone who's very uh, light-hearted and dedicated to the idea of entertaining people, or it could go the exact opposite direction, which would be pretty funny, as if we had somebody who's very stern and serious about making the place run, and then maybe I'll balance that out with my own levity.
I see. I am curious, though. Would you not wish somebody who shares in your rapport with your most trickstery of gods? Would you not wish somebody to hold down the place, hold the same level of interest in all of the gifts your god means to present? Is that not why you tried to open your comedy club?
You see, this is why I love you. Uh, what was his name again? I always forget.
I love
Vika,
you.
Vika. That's
whatever
right.
your name is.
That's it, right? Well, it's kind of how my real life goes too. Um, uh, this is why I love you, Vika. Um, you know, it's a good philosophical conversation, right? I mean, what's really better um, for a relationship, whether it's business or otherwise? Is it someone who, the opposites attract kind of thing, where you find someone who balances you out and who fills in the gaps where you're maybe a little bit weak, or is it somebody who, is very similar? You share a lot of similarities and tend to amplify those positive traits in each other. Who's to say? I think it could go. I think either way could be beneficial, depending on depending on how we structure the relationship. However, I think you are making a decent point in that, in my absence, we wouldn't want someone who is going to get, who's going to upset or be too negative with the customers. We would definitely want somebody who's able to at least put forth a relatively positive outlook.
Very good, very good. Well, then I have two suggestions for you, one on either side of your spectrum of individuals. I know of an individual who just came into town recently who is very into mixology and storytelling and running games. He seems to play a lot of dice and a lot of cards, and is a jolly gnomish fellow, and he goes by the name of Marnie Neely O'Thorle. Goes by Neely to his friends.
Marnie Melio Thorle.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
And he does seem to fit what you mean as a like-minded individual, someone who enjoys a bit of chaos and good cheer and fun and games. And if you wanted someone, as you said, who balances you out on the opposite end of the scale, I heard there was an individual who came through here recently who also is into brewing, who seems to be a bit of a natural leader in his own right. There was a dwarf by the name of Ramus Greymantle. He looked to be a retired mercenary, a rather bit of a gruff fellow, but he looks to be able to run a group of individuals, and more than that, he appeases to his people's, how do I put it, talents for alecraft. So both may suit your purposes. It'll be for you to decide which will be the best to run a comedy club.
All right. Well, as you mentioned, it wouldn't be fair for me to ask too much of you without a little compensation. So, I'm assuming these are people that you've met in here. So, if you see them again, would you pass them along in my direction? And for the information and for the guidance, I'd be happy to compensate you with a little gold.
Oh, I require no gold for such things. For as you said, we are all but entertainers on this rock brawl. I ask in curiosity, but it is the conversation and the philosophy and learning that I think is the payment.
Oh, in that case, we'll keep a running tally of conversation and philosophy then.
Yes, sounds good. But what is better payment than learning?
Exactly. Oh, you should come over to the club sometime. We'll set you up real nice once we've got it running.
Oh, very well. Very well. I shall have to see what my competitors are up to. And he gives you a very ant-like wink from the side.
Ew.
You're like, ew. At him. It's like, oh. Okay. No, I'm kidding.
All right. Thank you very much. And Vika, we will see you soon. I'm gonna head back to the club. Again, if you see either or both of those two gentlemen, please send them in the direction. Oh, you know where my place is, right?
Oh, yes, it's right of that street over there.
Oh, hey, I just remembered. We had a little bit of a pest problem in our basement. Baphomet cultists.
I wouldn't say that too loudly in the middle of a tavern.
Baphomet cultists. I'm just saying. If you see any of them crawling around your place, you might want to get a look at.
Okay, I will do that if demon worshippers show up at my tavern. That's never really been a problem, but I will keep my eyes open. Thank you.
All right, have a good day.
Yeah, you too. And you can head out. He like looks at the other people at the bar and kind of like shrugs and then goes back to serving. We'll say that the day after, when things are like the final preparations are being made to get the place running, we'll say, Marnie O'Thorol and Ramus Greymantle arrive to meet with you, Chaplin.
Oh, great. Yeah, together.
We'll say they come one at a time. So first
Alright.
and foremost, you're going to see Ramus Greymantle, who doesn't have a gray beard or anything like that. He has a rather black beard. He is dressed in pretty common clothes, but he's got a pretty wicked-looking dagger strapped to his boot. Definitely gives you like retired mercenary vibes. He arrives and goes, "Good to meet you, Mr. Fool's Gold. I was told to come here and try and find work with your establishment."
Yes, Mr. Greymantle. Hi. So I'll tell you exactly what we're doing here.
All right.
In the downstairs area that you see right here, we're going to have a bit of a comedy club for entertainment, dancing, music, maybe some poetry, that kind of thing. But definitely some jokes to be told. Basically, it's here for people to have a good time, to enjoy themselves. I think the
Right.
community here could use a little bit of that.
Right,
Upstairs,
jokes.
and you wouldn't be responsible for managing this, but from time to time, we would open that up as kind of a community clinic to provide healing and comfort to those who can't afford it for themselves. And then downstairs, which you would also not be mostly responsible for maintaining, would be a little bit of a workshop for my friend and I to have a space to work when we're back in town to do a little tinkering.
Right.
In the comedy
Right.
club here, I figure we're gonna need about a handful of folks to serve drinks and basically manage the crowd and that sort of thing. And I'll need someone to kind of look over the entire property while I'm not here, which honestly, for a while, might be most of the time. And when I'm not here, that person will need to be able to schedule entertainment acts, manage the on-site staff, manage any problems that there might be with the clientele, that kind of thing.
Uh-huh. Right. And would I have to find acts for the comedy club?
I'm going to try to set some of those up to begin with. But I'm not going to be here all the time to deal with scheduling matters and things like that. So yes, I suppose to some degree, you would be responsible for, ensuring that there's somebody on stage anytime there's someone expected to be.
Okay.
So here's why I thought you might be a good candidate. I'm sort of a lively, jovial, lighthearted fellow, but it's been said from time to time that I don't normally take everything very seriously. So I thought maybe somebody who's able to take things seriously and really get down to business, get in there and get at it. Somebody like that might be someone who could sort of balance out the lighthearted levity of the club and not let it get out of control.
Relax. I know about business. I know about, like cracks his knuckles. I know about getting down to business. Not something I've ever struggled with.
But we'll want to keep in mind that the point of having people here is for them to have a very good time and to enjoy themselves and kind of forget about their everyday cares.
Right. Right.
What do you do for entertainment, Ramus?
I drink. I brew. I like to brew and then drink what I brew. I go out, drink with the lads, and always a big fan of a little bar tussle. It's a good way to blow off some steam and forget about whatever's going on. Admit I don't have too much to do with the entertainment thing, but that's not really my job, or would be my job, is it? I'd have to just go find people to entertain, and that's fine. I've been a leader of men. I was a leader of my own mercenary band, so I know how to keep people in line. But that's kind of what I do for fun.
Are you retired from the mercenary business? What brings you into town and looking for a job?
Well, you see, I lost all my toes in my job, so it's a little hard to move too fast these days. You see, I'm a 2014 dwarf. I only have 25 feet of movement. I'm not like these new 2024 dwarves.
Just
So it's a
run
little
about the
hard to get
place.
Yeah, it's a little hard to get around. I'm just slightly underscoring what my size category speed should be. Goblins run faster than me, if you can believe that. It doesn't make any sense. But anyway, but yes, I lost all my toes. It's the only explanation. And so I've got to slow down a little bit.
I see. All right. And what assuming I were to offer you this position, what would you be looking forward to specifically the most?
Probably the money, so that I could go out and drink. And also, if you're into it, I would be happy to brew. I could brew some of my own dwarven ales and such. Maybe have some authentic dwarven ales and liquors, and be able to hand those out, and people can have some on-property brewed. It could be like a brewery comedy club.
Sure, yeah. That
Lots of
definitely sounds like an
IPAs.
appealing idea. Oh, well. Okay.
Lots of real dark beers. The dwarven way.
Yeah, no, listen, everybody loves a good
Lots
dark
of
beer.
Guinness.
We do like Guinness, right? A porter, you make a good porter. Maybe something a little fruity.
No.
A blue. No.
I mean, if you want to buy that, go ahead.
Right.
But, I don't use fruit in my beers. Just grain and barley.
Really? No chocolate donut porters
No.
or anything like that. Okay. All right. Okay. So let me I'm gonna interview a couple of other candidates. How can I get a hold of you once I've made a decision?
I'll be back.
Okay, sounds good.
You'll wander off and you'll notice a little bit of a awkward sort of back-weighted walk as he goes. And now you didn't really notice it before, but now that he brought the toad thing.
Ramus
and
the
he's
no toad.
Yeah, famously the no toad. He's fighting very hard to oppose that nickname. But it's not necessarily working out. But in the meantime, you're gonna see another individual wander up. He's a little you're gonna see this guy with purple hair come wandering up, and he's gonna go, well, how are you doing today? My name is my friends call me Nelly, and if I'm going to be working here, I suppose that'll make us friends, won't it?
Oh, I'm sure that we're gonna be famous friends. Look at you, aren't you fun already?
Oh, you think so? And he does like a little jig. Just like a little 2-second jig. He does a little like little water dance jig. He goes, oh, I like to think I got some good energy about me. And you're so look at you, plated in gold. Fancy that.
Oh yeah, the color of my my god. This is what this is actually is sort of a temple to mirth. Do you like that idea? A temple to mirth?
I love mirth. I've loved her 2 times a day.
All right. Well, I think probably the challenge for someone like you and I and running a place like this is that you know how sometimes a prank or a good frolic can kind of get out of hand. How do you intend to deal with something like that?
I found the best way to deal with things that are getting a little out of hand is misdirection. If things are getting a little too crazy over there, you just make something more dazzling over here. So if things are getting a little crazy off the stage, you put something even crazier on the stage in a more contained environment.
Oh, that definitely does sound like one of my favorite solutions to a problem like that. I have a number of friends who join me here when we're here in town, but for a lot of the time we're on board a ship and we're not here. So you'll be left here kind of to deal with and manage the entire property on your own. Are you capable of that?
Oh, I'm very capable of taking care of things and people and such. Oh, it would be a dream come true to have my own established to manage for you.
All right. Well, I do.
I've always wanted to be a manager for a bar in town.
I'm not terribly well known in town yet. I only know a couple of people and really only one serious entertainer that I think might be willing to come and work here. Do you think you'd be capable of helping me track down some talent to get some folks on the stage?
Of course, I only drink with the most talented of fellows. I'd be keen and able to help you find whatever you need for the stage. I only drink with colorful sorts, and it's colorful sorts you need, wouldn't you?
I suppose it is, and you look to be in just fine shape yourself. So obviously, that never gets too far out of control.
Oh, no, sure. Sometimes it gets a little out of control, I'll admit. I'll be fair and honest. But
Well,
that's
listen,
okay.
How are we ever going to get a reputation if we don't sometimes get a little out of control?
The only way to upstage those juggler fools in middle city is to juggle a little harder.
I love it. I will tell you what. You, Mealy, is it Mealy?
Neely with an N.
Neely with an N. You, Neely, are hired. You are going to be the new. You are going to be the new head houseman for the best medicine.
Head houseman. I like that title. Is it new?
It is. I thought it fitting.
I think it's quite fitting too. What about head house gnome?
Head house gnome. You know what? Head house gnome works even better. I love it.
Yeah. He does a little. And there's another little jig. He goes, I didn't even tell you. I was only halfway through my pitch and I got the job. I'm more charismatic than I knew.
We could all use a little charisma about the place. So, okay, are you ready? Listen up. This is the next stage. We've got to get some talent discovered and hired and get them in here on the stage, and we need to get some booze in the house so that we can start inviting people in for a little drink and a little entertainment.
Speaking of booze, I had something I wanted to ask you, good sir, before we proceed.
Yes.
I have a passion, you see. I've got a passion for a lot of things. For dancing, for drinking, for gambling, for games and all these things. But I do have a peculiar passion myself. I do dabble in the alchemy here and there, and I like to make drinks with alchemy. I'm not so good at the brewing part, but I am at making them look dazzling and such, and having, you see those special drinks where smoke's roiling off the side or there's sparklers coming out of the top and such. I'm really into decorating brews. You know what I mean? Would that be something you're interested in?
I think those are exactly the kind of drinks we want here. I will admit, I was interviewing a dwarven brewer for this position earlier, and his drinks, well, I'm sure they were very hearty and stick to your ribs, sounded a bit dour. So we're going to go with something a little more colorful and flamboyant.
There's another little jig, and he goes, all right, I'm going to go off and I'm going to find just the funniest fellas I know, and we'll see if we can't get a good opening act. What do you say?
Fantastic. To Garl Glittergold.
To Garl Glittergold! Oh, and he'll hook your arm and do a little in the street, and he'll go dancing down the street, and hopefully we'll return one day.
All right. So we've hired
a real Tom Bombadil situation going on.
Nearly the head house now. I would also make an offer later on when Ramus returns. I would break the news to him that he's not been hired, but I would try to make a deal for bringing in a limited quantity of his brews. He can, feature one or two from time to time or whatever, and we will attempt to sell them.
Make a persuasion check.
I'm not good at these yet. 14.
14. He he looks very upset and he says, I get it. It's because of my toes, isn't it? Is that it? Don't think I can manage.
It's not really about the toes. It's more about
Come here.
the
And he like jumps on top of you and he's like, "Ah!" And it doesn't matter because you're a gnome, but he's like, "Ah!" And then like your friends come over and like pull the guy off of you. And he's like, and then he goes waddling down the street as he like tries to stomp down the street and kind of falls over and wanders off.
I guess that's a no in the heavy beer then.
Yeah, instead you'll be having in place of IPAs, you'll be having very fruity, gnomish, whizzy, decorative drinks.
Bang. Yeah.
Yeah, with a little bang and a little flamboyance. Okay. So sweet, and he's gonna go find you some opening acts and probably hire you some staff, and that'll be that. So why don't we peel away from that as Chaplin has hired his most important staff member, Neely, and that will be let's see what anyone else is up to. So we have a couple days here. What is anyone else up to around the rock crawl?
I'll just get mine out of the way now because it's really simple. I'm just gonna have Ether